What's up, Planeswalkers? The X6 back with some more Magic the Gathering Arena. And today we're going to be hopping back onto our rotation, playing some mono-black zombies. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to alternate. One rotation will be best of 3, and then we'll do some, random videos as we often do. And then when we hop back onto the rotation, it'll be free play, and then random videos. Then back on the rotation will be best of 3. So I'm going to alternate my rotation just so even the rotation is a little bit more varied. So this week is going to be best of 3. Well, I shouldn't even say this week because I only have, 5 rotation decks? 4? Some? I don't know. Just to remind you, since this is best of 3, this is what my sideboard looks like. And this is the main deck. Pretty standard zombie list. Boop, doop, doop, doop. As I think some of you saw, I have a lot of decks I'm working on right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop into competitive play. Not with Bolas. With some zombies. Cool. So, Monday, which is today for you guys, tomorrow for me, we're going to start Commander 2018 spoilers. So I'm going to be talking about the spoilers, but they haven't happened for me yet. So, in tomorrow, which is for you Tuesday, and yeah, so your Tuesday video will have a discussion of Monday spoilers. So I'm going to lag behind a single day, which I hope is fine. That's just how I am currently doing things. Going up against Slagar, I don't know. It's so good to be back in action. This is fine. I mean, we have a 2-3-4. A little unfortunate we don't have a 1-drop. But I think this hand is fine, especially since we do have Dune's Deadlands. Opponent did mulligan, which is good, and we are going first, which is even better. I need to plug in my computer. I cannot believe I've done this. They did mull, or scry to the top, I mean. So let's go ahead and play this. Play it tapped. Let's see what colors my opponent's on. Black, alright. Didn't necessarily need that, but that's fine. Go ahead and play Graveyard Marshal. And I mean, this will be attacking for 4 on turn 3, which is pretty good. Blue-black, interesting, okay. So I think this is probably blue-black midrange. And, oh, that's fantastic. So we have stuff to play this entire sequence. Because I got a 4 and then a 5. So, let's go ahead and attack here. And I mean, this deck does a fantastic job of just murdering my opponents. If we had a 1-drop, right, like this would have been so much stronger. Attack me, I don't care. Let's see if my opponent puts anything else down. They might just be holding up a counterspell. I don't remember if the mid-range decks do that, but eh. Opponent could play a removal spell on one of my creatures, which would be fine. It would slow down my clock, but I have 2 other cards. Another freebooter, sure, don't even care. So good. It is important to note that if they do end up blocking, they can kill my Lord of the Atlantis, Lord of the Accursed, which is fine, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm okay with that. I just want to press damage. Like the reason I'm okay with that is just because I drew Liliana's Mastery and I don't care. Yeah, sweet. So, I mean, opponent's already at 10. I'm just deploying threat after threat. Frame rate is dipping because it hates me, but we're playing good games. Having fun. Oh yes, you're high, right? Yeah, I don't understand why you're dropping to frames. So they dealt a bunch of damage to themselves to draw some cards. So I mean, they have 6 cards in hand to my 3, but they're at 8. They can go back up to 10, and Vraska's one of my guys, maybe my Lord. Okay, Vraska's my 5/6, sure. And I assume they're not gonna block, or they're not gonna attack here. Just so that they can block? That is risky. So I'll be attacking for 8 next turn, so they're going to be going down. Yeah, so I mean, they just have a ton to contend with. I don't even know what I'd bring in here. But, there's no way my opponent can survive. If they Vraska's my Lord, then nope, they still die. right? No, they'd live. Because these would drop down to 3s. So they can't attack. Oh wait, I can just Ifnir this. So yeah, no, they're still dead. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Alright. What do we bring in for game 2, if anything? Let's see. Some mid-range deck. All I really saw was Vraska's and Glint Leaf. Or Glint Sleeve, right? Torment of Scarabs might be a good card. I'm going second. Just going second matter. I don't need this. I don't think I need... I don't think I need any of these, right? Like, Cast Down I don't think I need. Honestly, Torment of Scarabs is the only card I'm looking at. And I'd drop, like, what? A single Vraska's for it, but I think I would just rather have Vraska's, so I think I'm just fine with this. I think, again, I just want to try and murder my opponent. And if I lose this game, I'm going to be going first in game 3, which means it's more likely that I'm just going to murder my opponent. By the way, stick around to the end of the video. I have some news, some good news, everyone. It's just random channel stuff, blah blah blah. If you're one of those diehard fans, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is more for you, but if you're curious, stick around to the end card, and some announcements shall be made. See if Slagger would like to keep. Taking a little while on their decision. They decided to keep, I believe. This is a slower hand, but it does have Liliana, and I will probably get to it. So I can desert. I think this is fine, especially if they do have the turn 2 Glint Sleeve. Then I'll desert on 1. They play Glint Sleeve on 2, so I tap desert on 2, and then I kill their Glint Sleeve so they can't get value out of it. So I think that's fair. I think that's reasonable. What's unreasonable is how OBS is behaving right now. Sure, Aether Hub. Interesting lead off there. So we're going to have the Liliana on 5 because we have the lands. I do need to see other cards. Okay. So this is actually very good for us because we can now develop a 3 or 2 into attacking on 3. Right? Like my opponent is slow. They'd probably have Fatal Push here, I assume. But why they didn't lead off with Fetid Pools for that is strange. Unless they drew it. So they might be down lands, maybe? Strange. It's just strange positioning, I guess. So here I would rather just play the Camel and the tapped land. I have a desert out, so if they do end up killing this, I'm fine with that. But I have no necessary... Yeah, so this is a 2-for-1 on them, right? Like, they use a card to kill it, and I get rid of another of their cards. So they're so far behind. And they lost a land. Interesting, okay. So, I mean, oh, it's Esper. Okay, they kept both on top. Okay, cool. So I can play... I can play all of this. And I do have a Fatal Push, although essentially what I'm going to have a problem dealing with is going to be exactly Scarab God. So I need a Vraska's at some point. Because he can just start getting so much value. I guess what I want to do is deny him value from my deck as best as I can. Darn, yeah, I mean, it was exactly Scarab God. So I think I'm going to take my own Graveyard Marshal.
Nothing is ever truly gone.
And then I might have to let Liliana bite the dust, but I'm not sure. I mean, if he attacks, he does leave himself open, right? To 7-9 damage? Oh, crap. That's unfortunate. I mean, now he just doesn't need to attack. Okay, that, I mean, that is good. So, I mean, I can exile... This costs 3, right? Yeah. So I can play this. So my guys do have Death Touch. So I guess I'm only attacking with Dread Wanderer. They don't have... So they don't have anything. So it's essentially just my graveyard, right? I think what I do is I think I wait, and then next turn I can just give them all Menace. Well, I guess it's kind of a free attack with Dread Wanderer, right? Because they'd have to pay mana to resolve them anyway. And I'll just recast Dread Wanderer. Like, I don't think it would be too big of a deal. Okay, cool. And I think I want him to waste mana. So I want him to either try and target my thing, or on my turn when I target it, he uses it. No, maybe I should have just taken it. I don't know, I'm not sure. Because now I guess the Menace doesn't work. Oh, that was a mistake. Yeah, my opponent might not have realized that I had to be able to do that. Very cool zombie token. Okay, Field of Ruin doesn't technically help too much, but we'll just do this. And I can attack with essentially impunity. I mean, this is a lot of damage. So my opponent's at 2. They can't do a ton. They have 3 total cards. Vraskazon Lord would help, but not much else. We got there, everyone. We beat the Scarab God. And we did it handily. Yeah, I lost a lot of rank playing a bunch of jank. Didn't mean to rhyme, but I did. Cool, got some packs, got some cards. I didn't need that. Excuse me. I realized that I don't think I talked about one of the suggested solutions for the 5th card problem. So, if you don't know, as of right now, if you get a 5th copy of a card, it goes to a currently invisible vault, and they're planning on having the next update remove the vault entirely and just solve the 5th copy problem. Now, I've talked about other solutions in the past, I think, like just giving like gold or a very small amount of gems for 5th copies or something like that. Like adding a card to the wild, to the track, like the wild card track, adding like a single tick, depending on if it was a rare or mythic or if it was a common or uncommon. Excuse me. The problem with those, of course, is you can abuse it by just buying packs of cards that you already have essentially all of the cards for. So, but one I don't think I talked about is just not letting you open 5th copies. Again, so we're going against MTG Kid 1999. I don't think you're a kid anymore. What? You'd be like 20 at this point? Something like that. Oh god, it's so close. It's so close to good, but I don't think I can keep that. But again, like you have a problem where like if you collect the majority of a set, what do you do if they buy a set for which they have like no commons left to open, right? So it's an awkward solution. I don't envy their position because it's definitely hard. Like they have to solve that problem. Since there's no dusting in this game. You can't just do like Hearthstone or any other contemporary game. You can't just get the 5th copy, dust it, and get some incremental value towards making something else. I mean, you could just do the wild card track thing, but I do think that's a little abusable. Well, is it? I mean, it. So every pack you open is one blip on that track. And that... Is my opponent here? I'm always so worried. My opponent might not be here. I'm gonna... Okay, my opponent is here. He made me go on the internet. I will keep this. This is fine. I'll keep that. That is fine. So I'll play this. I don't need to be on the internet. Go away. So yeah, so a pack gets you a tick. And then if you get a rare, it gets you another tick. So if you open 3 packs... What the heck deck is this? Oh, I guess this is the artifact combo. Oh no. The fear is real. No, I think I might just be able to kill them before they get a chance to do anything. Which would be very good. So if you open 3 packs, and in all 3 of those packs, your rares are 5th copies. Oh no, it's just the Flying Man deck. Okay. Gotcha. So I'm gonna go ahead and just murder you to death. Next time I'll probably play another Lord. The reason I play this one first is he has better toughness, so like I'm more inclined to attack with this than I am with this. Dude, race me, fam. See who wins. I feel like I do. Make a server, I don't care. Your server will either sacrifice itself, or it will die. That's a spicy card. Good thing I have Death Touch. Yeah, I'll have Death Touch. I should have tapped differently, but so let's see if they... I mean, they could double block my Lord. Or I just trade my Wretched Camel. I think it's worth keeping Lord around. I mean, it's like a 1.25 for 1, but I do lose value from the other 2. But yeah, I think I'll just serve up Wretched Camel. Okay, that's fine. It just keeps me in the race. Attacking with Wretched Camel. I assume my opponent might be attacking with Tempest Djinn anyway. Oh, in the comments, let me know what you think they should do about the... What the hell is this? What they should do about the 5th copy problem. Until your next turn, target player who was dealt can't cast non-creature spells. I wonder if he's going to sack it immediately. I mean, even if he does, I still have Graveyard Marshal. Okay, so my opponent's definitely attacking with that. I mean, that's fine, I think. So if he doesn't sack this, and I do draw land, I get Liliana's Mastery. Taking 7, I go to 10. Next turn, I don't technically die. So I'm wondering if they sack here. They didn't, and I didn't get a thing. But I did get another one of these. No, I'll attack with all of them. I don't think he has to block, though. No, he does. It's exactly 13. So he has to block somewhere. So I'm not dead. Because he has to block at least 1. And if he plays a land, that'll be 6, 7, 8, 9. So because he has to block, he can only deal 9 to me next turn? I think? Why block like that? Okay, sure. So we could deal 6, 8 to me? But then he'd be dead? Does this buff at all? Okay, it does. So I guess he could have a couple more of these. I mean, he has ways he can win, obviously. This is a very strange deck. I need to start thinking about what I'm going to do for sideboard. I don't think Terese is good. I think Cast Down is probably pretty good instead of Raskus, just because this is an aggro deck. So mono blue Flying Man aggro deck. So Cast Down is pretty good. So what? He has to attack with this or he gets it sacrificed, right? Oh no, it just sacrifices the obsession. So he still might want to do it. Oh man, it feels real good to be back, guys. Okay, so he's definitely attacking there. That's fine. Especially since I can give my guys Menace. Sure. I can still give my guys Menace. Darn. Ah. Oh, I can't do both though. Darn. Okay. Okay, I have to do some thinkies. I think unfortunately I can only put them to 1. If Ifnir Deadlands this and attack, I can still only put them to 1. If I play Mastery, I die in the air. No, do I really lose? Because they had enough guys to play? Oh, goodness. Okay, I have to apologies. This is going to be me thinking a lot. I can Menace. Yeah, he lets a 4 through. I can sack, kill one of the guys, but I couldn't Menace. This is an area I would love Plague Butcher. Darn, really? I guess I'm just gonna hope that my opponent blocks poorly. Notably, double Menace doesn't stack. So it's not a creature has to be blocked by an additional creature. It's just a creature can be blocked except by 2 or more. If it was, then I could win. No, I couldn't, because they'd be tapped. They'd just block this and they'd take 1, yeah. So essentially I'm just hoping that my opponent messes up and doesn't block Wretched Camel. Or maybe he runs out of time. Don't block Wretched Camel. Block the Lord. Be greedy, block the Lord. No. Ah, darn. I mean, I'm going to kill all their guys. If I hadn't menaced... Oh, I should have did that first. It doesn't matter. If I hadn't have menaced... If I hadn't menaced, I think they would just let 4 through anyway, right? They had 4 blockers, I had 4 guys. They had 4 blockers, I had 4 guys. I assume they would have just not blocked with the Tempest Djinn. Right, so I was thinking, like, if they did block with all, then I could have made the Tempest, the one that killed me, smaller. So what I think I need is cast downs, probably Aetherborns, maybe not all 3 of them. I don't see a reason to run these. I don't think that's important. I think I want to even run slightly fewer of those. I don't think I need all of the Gifted Aetherborn. Essentially, this is just lifelink, right? Like, I'm just gonna try and pseudo erase them. Untouched just kill stuff. Maybe drop a single Josu Vess. Right, so what am I taking out? A Josu Vess and some high end in order to get some more removal and life. Sure, I think that's fine. The mono blue deck is potentially a better aggro deck just because they do fly. Like, as you saw, my creatures were better, except they didn't fly. I will keep this, and I'll probably just lead off with the Aetherborn. This is not a bursty hand, but the idea is that I will be able to get to a point where I can win the game because of a turn 2 Aetherborn. So it's not gonna be an aggressive game or anything. I assume they will have a 1-drop, sure. So yeah, there's a deck like this in Canadian Highlander. I play way too many formats. I don't actually play Canadian Highlander, but I do watch the Loading Ready Runs podcast for Canadian Highlander because it is interesting. Oh, that's not great. It's fine. I'm still gonna just attack. Probably play the Lord. Yeah, just play on curve. But there's a Highlander deck where it's just a bunch of one-drop flight. Okay, so this is actually better for me. I will attack first. I'm totally fine if this pings down my Dreadwonder, just because it does get rid of one of his cards. And this card can come back since I'm going to be running out like all my stuff. So I'll play this. And I will play Graveyard Marshal. But I mean, I'm up on life, which is good, and my board is decent. I will be able to Deadland something. I'll be able to Deadland something potentially twice, depending on if I get another land. Sure. So I'll be able to Deadlands this and something else. Ballista again for 1, sure. So I assume they're going to kill my Graveyard Marshal. Sure. Aetherborn's doing so much work here. So Josu Vess is interesting. I actually am going to play Deadlands here, just in case I want to play a different land next turn or something. So if I play Lord of the Accursed, it incentivizes my opponent to just use their Walking Ballistas now in order to kill Marshal, which I think, honestly, I'm fine with. It does mean I am playing off curve, but I think that's fine. I'm also going to tap this for colorless because the game is dumb. So my opponent is likely going to just shoot this down, which is totally fine by me, right? They're losing 2 cards for one of my cards. I mean, if they don't, they can then kill this, and, like, that's it. Okay, so it looks like they're going to do that. So I will be able to get through... Oh, they're gonna hit that. Interesting. Sure, that one I can get back. That's very interesting. I am not sure... I mean, I assume they have something in their hand that they would do that for. But the fact that I am still going to be able to gain life is fantastic here, right? Like, I'm attacking with 6 total power, right? So I have them down to 12, and I'm 10 life up. And we have similar hand sizes. I mean, this card's a little annoying, because they're probably going to play Tempest Djinn soonish. But I mean, let's see, right? They have 3 cards. The only problem is, since I didn't win game 1, even if I win this one, they're going to be on the play going into game 3. And being an aggro deck, it's more their chance of winning is higher when they're on the play. So they played Zahid, sure, that's fine. I have no idea why Graveyard Marshal freaked out like that. So if I want to, I can get through their Siam Stormcaller, since they're tapped down on blue. I got a Fatal Push. Unfortunately, that is not the thing that I can kill. But what I can do is play this land. I can give my 4/3 Menace and Fatal Push their bird. And if they want to block this, they can, because that I'm fine with that type of trade. So I think that is what I'm going to do. I will admit it is not the greatest of plays, but I do think it is my best one now. It is. I mean, it is a 2-turn clock technically. Like, they will have to change something up. Next turn, I likely will be forced to Ifnir Deadlands. But since this is a Death Toucher, it is always going to trade well. And I'm totally fine with this heat. Okay, cool. So I mean, I'm at 23 against an aggro deck who only has 3 cards left. They do have Walking Ballista, but they currently can't kill any of my guys. Another Siren. That is unfortunate. And they can activate this, which again is unfortunate. But I think what I'm fine doing is just attacking with the Gifted Aetherborn. That's a really strange attack. That's an interesting attack. Huh. So I can play Josu, Vess, and Lord now. And activate Lord, excuse me. Oh, right, I forgot I could exile this at end of turn to use it. I don't know if I had the ability to do that. If I did, that was a misplay on my part. Whoopsie. So I guess, like, they would want to double block here? I can only do this as sorcery. So what I can do is I can Ifnir Deadlands the Walking Ballista. If they sack Siren, then they wouldn't be able to get the value off of Ballista. If they get the value off Ballista, they would have to use it immediately. So I think the correct answer here is hit the Ballista. And that could be super incorrect. But I'm going to go with it. Because I can just not attack with whatever he decides to ping twice. That attack from my opponent, I think, was just incredibly incorrect. They have one... I mean, I don't know what the card they have in their hand is. But, like, they're at 6, and I'm at 18. Or I was at more than that. I was at 23. I mean, if my opponent wants to Stormcaller that, that's fine. Cool. So now, the reason that's good is because now they don't have the mana to activate this, so I can attack with all of my guys. Oh gosh, what's happening? Okay. Right, just let me make sure. It's dangerous, but I'm still going to do it. Just, like, I don't know what that one card in their hand is. Yeah, I mean, that was... They lost that game on that attack. I don't know if that attack was. No idea. But, going into game 3, I will be on the draw. Is there anything that I want to change being on the draw? I really liked how Gifted Aetherborn performed there. Oh, I didn't realize I dropped down to 2 Fatal Pushes. I might need to put 2 Fatal Pushes, or, like, instead of having 3 Tormentor Scarabs, I should probably have 2 and another Fatal Push. Because Fatal Push is really good in this matchup. Maybe I dropped the other Josu Vess for another Gifted Aetherborn. No, I think that would be making my curve weird. I'm going to drop a Camel for an Aetherborn. Like, the card's just so helpful in the matchup. I mean, even if we get a loss today, right? Like, we went against, 2 different decks. Okay, opponent, I think Snap kept. So this is a little unfortunate because I do want to turn 1 Diregraf Ghoul. But that would mean I don't get to turn 2 Aetherborn, which I think is okay. Because we do have a Vraskas that can get rid of anything my opponent wants to dish out. So I do think this is a fine keep. Since we are on the play, we might draw another untapped source. 1 drop? Sure. Fantastic. So if necessary, I can just play that. Likely means that on 3 I'll play this, since I don't have a current 3. Potentially a Ballista? No. An Obsession? Sure. So the Obsession is very good. Because it keeps them on gas. So yeah, that Obsession is unfortunate. I mean, that is why we want more Fatal Pushes, Cast Downs, things like that. Just so we can deal with things like that. Because this Obsession means they're just going to stay ahead of the game. Beep beep, shut up. Phone rang? Sorry about that. I didn't ring, it vibrated. Okay, favorable wins. That is fine because it doesn't add to their board. And I am going to be gaining life. Slowly but surely. I'd like to see an untapped land drawn here. That is not an untapped land. The problem is I don't want to stop adding to the board, right? I think it's incorrect to just pass here. Or essentially pass here. The problem is it might become a functional pass just because then like on turn 4 I can't do anything. So we'll see. Opponent is drawing a ton of cards. I don't know, maybe I should have just played this. Ballista for 2 is fine because it does not kill any of my guys. So I do just have to play this tapped. Oh, goodness me. Arena's being annoyed. And I'm gonna just attack here. I just keep up the pressure. They can attack me with Ballista, but I'm gonna gain that life. They can't, notably, they can't block and then use Ballista because they have to. Damage no longer uses the stack. If you're a rejoining player, oh yeah, so that doesn't do what you might want it to do, unless they want it to just ping me, which then it does exactly what it wants it to do because I'm not going to gain life. Sure, that's fine. I am fine with that. So I don't gain the life. They do go to 8 though. Next turn I can Vraska's on this, or something else if necessary. So it's a tight race, but I mean my opponent has this. I don't know why they said good game. I don't like that. I don't know what they could have been drawing. Oh, goodness me. Arena, everything's fine. Give them a little bit of a priority boost. I can't do this at instant speed. So I mean, like the other alternative is like just playing Josu Vess. I'm just like afraid of what they might have. I'm at 10, so I do think it's a little ridiculous to be afraid of it, but I'm gonna play cautiously as I oft do. My opponent's saying good game, and they might actually mean good game. But I don't know if they're trolling me. Oh my god, Arena. Good game? Oh, they sacked the Stormcaller so it doesn't gain life. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I guess what did my opponent draw? Like, all lands? I really don't understand. I'll play a land. Nah, I'm just gonna attack, whatever, doesn't matter. Oh my god, Arena, stop. I can't wait till I get a new computer. I have no idea what. I mean, my opponent had an amazing start. Like that must have been one of the best starts my opponent could have. And I guess they drew so many cards. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of hope this person is a viewer, and they can let me know what happened. I also wish Arena wouldn't be a scrub. Arena. Jeez. Embalmer's Tools. Why do I feel like I was going to use that for a deck? I don't know. Wait. What? Did I play lands? Wasn't this at 28? Whatever. That's fine. Anyway. So I have a minor announcement that I hope you guys are cool with staying and chatting about. I set up a Patreon page, which is very weird because, like, I don't think it's not something that's necessary. But you know, I've gotten 2 donations, and it's something that I figure if people want an easy way to figure out like how to donate to me, this is something that they can do. Don't worry about it. I'm still gonna like maintain all of the other suggestions that I already have. It's just a little random thing if you want to help me play the game, just because. I mean, I'm not putting I can't put any of my money into it because I'm a poor grad student. So this is just a hobby, and if you want to make sure I can keep doing the hobby at a pace that you all would like, then you can head on to the Patreon. If you guys have suggestions for like what I can do to my tier rewards, let me know. I have current tier rewards that you can check out and just look at to see how trash they are. But if you have suggestions, I'm totally open to it. I mean, like, it's just there because I don't know, if you guys have been so incredibly supportive, and if you want to donate literally anything, I figure I should make it as easy for you as possible. So yeah, that's the announcement. Some bookkeeping things. I'm going to be doing a bunch of decks. So I have I'm gonna do the rotation. So that's zombies today, then Bolas, Muldrotha, I think it's Katz, then Tezzeret. It might be Tezzeret, then Katz. I am lame and I forgot. Then I'm going to do the first video of my starter deck updates. So I'm going to be going through all of the single color and dual color starter decks and talking about the areas where they're good and the areas where they're bad and how you can upgrade the decks to make them better. And then, of course, I have all of the viewer suggested decks that I think I showed you at the beginning of the video. I am working on all of those. Those all require a lot of mythics, so those are going to be spread out when I can get to them. That is another thing. If you want to see a deck faster, that is a good reason to donate to the Patreon, because essentially all of the money that would be donated would be going straight into me buying packs, or I should say buying gems in order to enter events or get packs in order to open wildcards in order to make the decks that you guys want to see me play and talk about. If I'm unable to do that at a certain pace that you want, feel free to donate. Otherwise, I'm going to do it as fast as I can. I play every day. I make sure I complete my quest. I try and re-roll to the 750 quest. I often play until like 15 wins, like every day. So I am grinding. You know, I'm doing the free-to-play grind as well. So I'm not just being a Scrublord Supreme. You know what? I am being a Scrublord Supreme. I forgot I have a pack to open. Let's open some packs. I'm gonna put this in the description. I'm sure people are gonna be like, "What the heck is this nonsense?" I forgot. I forgot I had a pack to open. My bad. That's great memes. But yeah, so if those decks will be made as fast as I can get the wild cards or the cards for them, and I'll be interspersing drafts here and there because I found that drafting on this is actually pretty fun. Obviously the deck builder could be a little bit more intuitive, but I tend not to like drafting. But it's so simple and easy to do things on Arena that it's pretty fun. So yeah, hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys don't think I'm shelling out, or not shelling out, selling out, making a Patreon page. I don't know how much people want to support, but people have been very supportive, so I should shut up about it. Anyway, if you guys liked it, go ahead and tap that like button, add a subscription to your mana pool, and cast a comment to the comment section down below. And until next time, all will be one.